Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the second round between Herr Robbert and Tanner in the Esports League. So let's get into it. First of all, we got Romania here. Same deck from the first round for Herr Robbert here, playing his Maverick Blendetta. We'll go through it quickly this time, being that we already looked at it once. Bringing a lot of 1-vet infantry. Nothing to say too much about it. Bringing some Pioneers in A as well with the half tracks. And then also bringing a B phase of infantry unvetted and a C phase of infantry as well. And bringing some leaders that come with some sniper rifles. Bring a bazooka squad too that comes with a satchel charge as well. A really good squad for the Romanians. 2 AT guns to work as also assault guns. Some T60s. Some normal armored cars with autocannons, 1 vet each. Some TAs, double vetted, T4 and B phase, and 2 Panzer IV cards in A, with 1 being double vetted. T4s come with the heat round, an STKFZ, some 20 mils, 1 vets, some mortars, an off-map plane, and just your standard air tab. Pretty weak on fighters, so that's something to note. But now let's go look at Tanner. He's changing it up here. Tanner's playing Panzerler, a deck we don't see much, and he's playing Balance. So kind of cool, kind of awesome. Changing it up, he's bringing just some recon squads here, the little MG. Very curious, he's bringing the MG squad. Coming with the MG little vehicle as well. Unfortunately, this thing can die to infantry fire. He's bringing the SPWs, can't go wrong there. Bringing the Puma, he's double vetting it. It's a 45 points, pretty fast vehicle. Bringing some SDKFZs in B as well. 1 vet. Infantry wise, not much veterancy whatsoever. Bringing the Panzergrens vetted and Stern Pioneers, which he's forced to vet. But everything else not vetted. He can't. And then he's also bringing a leader card in A to give everybody kind of 1 vet, and also his Pioneers are 1 vet as well. And so A phase is all 1 vet, except one of his other Panzergren squads, but they're coming in half tracks for the A and B squads, so that'll bolster his infantry. Making up the infantry losses though for flamethrowers, entry 42s, 1 vet for A and B card. Bringing some Panda Shreks, tank wise, some Panda 3Hs, bring them double vetted, and he's bringing also a command vehicle that will give these guys a triple vet. Panda 4s, double vet with a leader tank, a Panther in A. And a Panzer IVs in B, double vet as well, and a Panther A. So not many tanks. C card though of a lot of Panthers. That's something to worry about. Some Pack 40s, A and B, can't go wrong there. Double vetted Gepards, some 88s both in A and C, some mortars, and some Focke-Wulf. These are the best fighters in the game, guys. The A8s, at least in my opinion, they're so freaking awesome. Something to note though, this deck doesn't have that much sustain for a balance. So let's get into it now. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Get your popcorn or Pop-Tarts. And let's get into this game here. So we got Tanner here on the right side. He's getting the great side of the map. As a balance, this is the perfect map inside you want, being that these 2 flags are the most unfair thing in the entire world. So Herr Robbert's going to have, playing Maverick, going to have his hands full trying to grab flags, being that the flags over here are impossible to grab, and these 2 flags are kind of the only ones there, and that doesn't give you the double tick. It's just disastrous. But let's check out their openers, and let's get into this. Opening over here, some flamethrowers, Stern Pioneers, a Panzergren. Really light on this entire flank. This side's just totally light. In fact, there's a really good opportunity right here. Robert opening up way more heavily to take this entire location. Hopefully he'll play a little aggressive. Down here, a little more forces, a lot more investment. And then center, really fragile investment, but a much bigger investment over here. 88 opening up in a Gepard. And then on the northern flank, plenty of forces going down here as well. But way more light for, I'd say Herr Robbert not opening up as ideal as Tanner here. And let's get into this. Single Focke-Wulf, I was wondering where his income went. 60-point Focke-Wulf already coming out onto the field. An interesting buy that he already has an 88 and a Gepard. I wonder why he's buying the Gepard. I don't really see what the necessity of that is, but he's getting a little look at the entire frontage. You'll know immediately where everything's coming. He can then use his first minute of income to pull forces where he thinks it is needed. But 60 points down on the field is not ideal too, because you could have like 2 extra squads that could be here and or down here. These M42s that are going to do work, especially if just 1 flamethrower is going to hold that entire flag. But I expect red here, Herr Robbert, going to push pretty heavily down the southern location, grabbing 2 flags. This is where he needs to get flags, or he's in big trouble. Back up the north, though, we're seeing the MG already opening up. Flamethrower gets behind cover, though, goes into the house. So it's going to get a line of sight for everybody. 88's coming up, too. Panda Shreks moving up with some infantry, some flamethrowers as well. A lot more forces down here from Herr Robbert, so Herr Robbert should have the advantage. in that location. In the center, in the open, I think that we're about to see this flag go into enemy hands. The moment that thing gets spotted. Back over here, not too much going on. Herr Robbert playing pretty passive, not going for the aggressive play. Seeing an ADA, you should see that there's a weakness down the south, meaning that there's probably going to be investment up here. Already seeing some SPWs come down the road. A huge investment, 80 points right there, with another Stern Pioneer coming down this road. Again, no movement here. This would have been a really good area. Like, this entire side, probably if Herr Robbert played aggressive, would have been gone right now. But right now, nothing too good. Tanner almost grabbing that flag. He needs to kill this flamethrower. He's got to know there's something in here. But, you know, he definitely does not know what the actual force is. We're seeing Herr Robbert now moving up reinforcements. He's got these nice T-60s that should delete any of these SPWs. So that's a deal for him. But in the meantime, we're in this fragile state of inaction. Nobody has fired one shot at each other. No units have died. Really passive. I'm really surprised for Robbert playing so passive. I think he was the last game, right? He was more passive already to begin with. He's a pretty passive Maverick player, it seems. But Tanner kind of picking up on that, going balanced. Tanner just needs to delay the game. He doesn't care right now, but, like, you know, it's really on Herr Robbert to trade effectively and get in there. Falco was just giving him clear eyes, but not doing anything with it. I think a pack can come up. Pack 40. Gonna go down here. Slowly see infantry move up. We're finally starting to see an assault in this location. I think a Panzergun come down here. I guess the Panzergun's gonna walk down here, grab that flag for Tanner here, and now we're about to see some action here. SPWs. In the fallback order. When you fall back, guys, your units can take less damage. Look at that! Look at that! Nothing's being done to that. T6 is gonna come through here. Pack 40 is coming down the road too, though. Oh, SPWs, get out of the way. Pack 40 shows up. Pack 40 not facing the right direction, turning around right now. Flamethrower to lead squall. Or no, these aren't flamethrowers, these are Stern Pioneers. A little better. APCR is not turned off. APCR should be turned off, or that'd be already an instant kill. Ooh, gets a nice kill there. Pack 40. All the actions coming down this little town. Seeing some infantry move up. Flamethrowers dropping smoke. We're using really smart with the Stern Pioneers. Stern Pioneers aren't really utilized that much, being that they can only find one location. But seeing a mortar come out already. I suspect quickly we'll see a radio or some type of leader. Seeing the own mortars from Herr Robbert coming out, 60mm mortars. These guys are gonna be really effective in this little dense area here. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Nothing going on that much though. Shots raining down. Yeah, we're not seeing too much. It's like pretty passive. I want to see Herr Robbert get in here. He's dropping the smoke now. Now he's going to play aggressive. You got overwhelming infantry. Stern Pioneers can only fire one unit at a time pretty much. Good smoke. The next shots we go for it. He's doing defensive fire, guys. This is what this is. This order right here. We just saw in circle. What happens is the unit pretty much auto fires whatever it sees. Looks like this flamethrower is in big trouble. It's backing it up. Endergren is not going to let up though. Why should it? Ooh, flamethrower gets a nice shot in. Endergren moving in closer. Ooh. Who's gonna beat who? Look at that CQC combat. Flamethrower goes down. Flag for Tanner here. It's really unfortunate being that he is the balance here. So Herr Robbert being ticked down right now. Not looking good. We're seeing a second mortar coming out. And we're seeing a leader. Pioneer Fuhrer, I believe. So that will give him the radio shots. We're seeing some Panda 4 triple vet coming down the main road right here. He's got to be careful though. He's got to know that Pack 40 is hanging out. And then we see 3 60mm mortars. It's going to be a... this is the battle for the town. Mortars go down to Tanner's mortars. See the Focke-Wulf come out. We're seeing Tanner mark accurately on these mortars. He's going to definitely just start shooting at them. Yeah, mortars. Yeah, look at that, guys. They're immediately getting aimed at and looked at by the Focke-Wulf here. I'm guessing that Focke-Wulf too could go for a strafe on these mortars and probably delete them. But look at this. The entire fight now is being redirected to this center location. And look how many forces are kind of getting bottlenecked right here. You're going to learn it didn't have any off-map in his deck. This is not ideal as well. Gotta lose these mortars here. Just needs one good shot to land on them and they're dead. Ooh, one more. Looks like they're not gonna get the. They're gonna get the killing blow here. No, nothing. I don't think they're gonna hit. They need that radio, which they're almost in range. Not quite. Bomber coming in though for a strafe. He already dropped his bomb loads. I guess we missed it. But he's gonna go in for a nice strafe there. Oh, survives a strafe. Dang. Now more is coming down here. Get those Panda Trek squads. This thing only has an AP round. Little armor car with a little, you know, AT gun. Falco's gonna keep going in for strafes there. Big investment, 135 Focke-Wulf. But going in for the mortars is pretty good. Each one of the mortars. We're seeing 3 of the 20 mils that he gets. He only gets 4 of them. See a Panda truck coming up though. This SPW is gonna get in trouble. Oh, he's backing him up though. I guess he doesn't want to. He probably thinks there's infantry here, being how the line's bending. Ooh, Pack 40 right here hanging out. Gonna get suppressed. Panda Shrek is also getting suppressed. He has APCR on. I don't know why he has APCR on. Pack 40 goes down. That would have been an instant kill if he didn't do that. Bard doing some work. Pioneer doing work. A lot of action in this location in the map. Seeing the 20 mils coming out. This should stop the air power. These guys will have to evac. Also almost running out of ammo, so I guess he's gonna need ammo for this soon. Eastern Pioneer taking a hit. He needs to throw a smoke grenade right here. Ooh, with the SDKFC coming out with the little HC gun. Killing the armor car. Going down to the T60. SPW is not willing to push up any further. MG42 double vet hanging out on the flank here. Look at this, guys. Imagine if just like a couple of these half tracks and stuff were right here. This entire flank would be gone. And we're just getting this narrow-sided location. And like, look at the front line here. Like, I'm surprised there's no probing on any other frontage. Both players just getting zeroed in. It's become a grudge war. And I don't know what Herr Robbert's really... what he's really hoping for right now. Like, he knows that he's lost 10 minutes of time right now, and he hasn't even started any ticking. And I'm not sure he's trading that well as well. Boom. Bard just unloading. Bard's going to back up though, being there's a T60 coming at him. T60's got a good shot though. He's going to be able to fire, I think, one shot here. Maybe he'll get him. Yep, gets a nice clean kill. And the Bard's pretty big. He needs to bring up ammo for these, his mortars here. He really should be aiming things for that are radio range, like these AA guns, 60mm mortar. But we're seeing a Panther 4 coming out now. Hangs that back here. It should be good. Put an AT gun right here. That should be good. Another good location. Really dominate that place. You know, those 20 mils are double vetted now. They're like pretty strong. He needs to get the heck out of there. Seeing him drop smoke in the T60s. Seeing his own Pioneers, but these guys have 2 flamethrowers. Good micro. Seeing the ammo truck come out finally. But looks like Herr Robbert's starting to break through right now. There's all these tanks now back here that are gonna be the problematic. We're seeing a Pack 40 here as well. It needs to be unloaded. Not microing it quite yet. Yeah, there goes that armor car. Pack 40 hanging out now. It's gonna be pretty hard to get back to these armor vehicles. SPW is just popping in and out. Really good micro, these SPWs. Really holding back all the infantry swarm. And the tanks back here are keeping back the armor vehicles. We're seeing TAs coming now. So that'll maybe counter some of these Panther 4s and Panther 3s. But that Pack 40 is going to be the thing that's really deadly. Even more MG42s are coming up too. Keep the infantry suppressed. Seeing AT guns come up with some more infantry. He's up 1 flag here, but Herr Robbert's only up 1 flag. Actually, okay, he's up 2 of these flags too. But these are superficials. We all know that. Tanner does not have to really hold on to those. And he's not really up a flag. He's up this 1 flag for sure. And then this one he's canceling out with this one. Tanner is. And these flags are superficial holds that'll quickly go back into friendly hands anytime. Back 40. Still firing APCR rounds. He's turned that APCR rounds off. Bomber coming in. Getting suppressed by them, backing off there. Mortars should be going in now. Firing. Firing. Tanner, have him fire. Oh, off map's coming in. This is a huge moment right here. 210 coming in. Drops right here. Should clear out the town. Oh, but he's dropping it back on the armor. Not a bad move either. Maybe a long duration on that corner road would be better. Back over here, we got 2 MG42s. Tanner coming in to reinforce this. But definitely going to be drawing in a lot of force now. These, like... Yeah, look at that. Like, this is what we needed. Like, armor cars and these infantry squads now. Like, this entire flag should capitulate. And you're now down 2 flags. Then the 88 gets the 210. Oh, that is such bad luck. That is such bad luck. The no vet 88 getting a shot here on this. I mean, it probably would have gone down the buckle with A8 too, but that's pretty unlucky. Yeah, guys, 1 vet MG42s get destroyed by triple vet. You know, flamethrower squad smoking themselves off and backing up, getting back into the square formation. See Panda Grins come up to support. This is not ideal whatsoever. Off map being dropped to release the Panda Shreks. He's got plenty of MG42s though, stopping any really good pushing here. Panda 4 moving up here in the flank. There's no armor values to stop anything. You know, this is a really good moment right now for Robert. He's finally capitalizing on this frontage, but this should have been, I think, conducted a lot earlier. I think it would have made it easier to push through this, and I think a lot less forces would have died on the move like this. I think he got bottlenecked. He's 13 minutes in. We're in B phase where his advantage is overwhelming, so he's really got to get that extra flag, and really he's only up 1 flag at the moment. He would be up 2 flags if he had that. I mean, if Tanner was on the other side of the map right now, this game would be for sure locked. I think this is a very unfair map. I think these 2 flags are complete BS. I mean, if it was like 1 blue flag here and 1 red flag, that would make sense. But it is not the case, unfortunately. Flamethrower's all a little good. Stern Pioneer in here as well. Deletes this infantry squad. They manually surrender. Pandergren here. MG42 is firing at this angle. These guys should probably lose out to the Pandergrens. That's a huge win right now for Tanner, who's trying to hold off. Seeing the mortars go directly for these HC guns. Want to keep them down. Tanner check moving up here. Bomb load goes out. Gonna delete that infantry squad. These armored cars are going to be the problematic thing. He's got 1 Panther Shrek hanging out in this location. He's going to have to back up and hide deep into the forest if he wants to survive. We're seeing a wave of Panther 3s come down here with command. They're triple vetted. Oh man, those are going to be nasty Panther 3s. So, that should be good. Ooh, there goes that armor. That half track. 42 goes down. There's Panther Grin coming into the forest. He's got to be careful though with this Panther Shrek right now. Once these Panther 3s come in here, it should lock down the area. They're just armor cars in this area. The only AT he has is a Panther Faust, which I suspect we're going to see infantry pouring in soon. TA firing at Pack 40. Not a great range, but it is almost dead. Just needs 1 more shot. Transmission damage. TA fires back, and it's for sure dead. Good clean kill, 60-point kill, and that's, you know, it's only an 80-point tank. We're seeing another leader coming out here. Mortars hanging out, firing, still doing work. These mortars are really paying for themselves. It was Stern Pioneer coming out here. We're in B phase, guys, and it's not looking good for Herr Robbert. Time is ticking, but we must be fair, like, to Herr Robbert. He could technically outtrade him and just win that way, because Tanner's deck is so thin. It's paper thin, and it's pretty for a balance. I'm gonna be real. Like the amount of infantry and tanks is pretty similar. So there's always that. He could dig deep and win that way. And Pangolin is pretty not in-depth deck, pretty light. So seeing Herr Robbert invest in SDKFZ, really small, really smart investment. Being that the last game Tanner here invested a lot in aircraft, and he's already seen a lot of aircraft deploy in the field. Seeing the TA engage some Panther 3Hs, TA should easily win, but gets smoked off smartly by Tanner here, so he doesn't have to engage that range. Panther Shrek gets caught by the Panther Grand Squad. Mortars coming out. Really not saying these, I'm not seeing these 60mm mortars really conduct themselves that well, I'm going to be honest. And I think the biggest issue with them too is that they have to be so close that ideally, like, mortar half-tracks can get to them. Ooh, nice clean kill on the Panther 3Hs. Mortars coming out. Bam! TA goes down to the 81. That's what I'm talking about. 81mm mortars are pretty big. Seeing a bomber, the GH coming in here, just chillaxing. I think he wants to probably sketch the AA to go for the AA. He definitely can delete it. Like, look at all these mortar shots coming in here. Now that's really not doing much, just suppressing. I'm not getting that close. He's marking the AA in for himself. That's what I'm talking about. It's a really smart play. Just getting a little close. He's moving up his mortars though and prioritizing. He's prioritizing the mortars rather than the AA. We're seeing an IAR coming in. This has got to be a wake-up call. Oh yeah, there's an 88 coming out immediately. Really good. He's already got an 88 here, and he's moved it over a little bit to help kind of cover this area. 88 fires his first shot. Gets a nice suppression. Gonna fire another shot. Why is it going in for this 15-point unit? This is stupid. That was dumb. Why is he bombing a half-track with like an 85-point plane? Ah, that's dumb. Herr Robbert just goes in and gives a free kill, a free donation to Tanner there. More to come out. Really, I mean, Herr Robbert did really well cleaning up this area. I just think he needs to push this area if he really wants to win the game. And you think he should have pushed it earlier. Now, I think it's just you need to trade effectively and really, really positive if he wants to win this game. Because the flag ticking is not going to be the way he wins now. Nice clean kill by this double vetted triple vetted, I'm sorry. Triple vetted Panther 4H is one of the scariest things in the battlefield. Seeing a Pack 40 come up here. There's an 88 here too, though. They go over different targets. He just needs one of these shots to land on this one. Ooh, nice. That's a good bombing on the armor car there. 30 points down. This G8's gone in and got a lot of nice clean kills. I can't tell there's more than one, but done really well with that. He's got a double vetted recon here. Panther Force coming back about. Just squad aiming at. Why did I do that? That's random. And now he's moving into it. Seeing a Pack 40 getting deployed in this location. The entire battle has been devoted to the southern flank. Kind of crazy how there's just nothing. And I mean, for a while it was just this town. Like this town combat was huge. The town's been flat. I mean, armored vehicles and stuff are laying on the roads. Panther 4 getting nice shite shots here. Killing, I think, up one of the squads with their full crew. Panther truck right here. Not realized yet. There's a big moment right here. He's having to drive forward like a madman. Get away from the Panther truck. Now he's just turning about and have everyone shoot that. Ooh, these guys have a satchel charge too. They delete the Panther Gren. Certain Pioneers are coming in. But there's no tanks right now to follow up for Herr Robbert. He's relying solely on his Panther Shreks. But there's an opening right here. It's not where you can get near them. There's that one. It's all. That's a. Panther Trek down. He needs to send a little more medium tanks here. We're seeing a wave of tanks coming right now. We've hit the 21-minute mark, so this is the phase where Herr Robbert loses advantage significantly. But as we did see, Tanner's deck is pretty low on resources. But I mean, that's a psychological thing too. It's like Herr Robbert doesn't know that though. He doesn't know that his deck's thin, so he may lose hope. I would not want to be in his position right now. It would be dire. Seeing an A8 come in here. Same one. STKFC fires, but by itself not gonna do much. Suppress the squads, doesn't get any direct hits and no kills. The mortar's coming in down. So far so good for Tanner here, playing really clean, not making that many mistakes at all. If any, actually. We're actually seeing a Stern Pioneer run across here. Just sneaking by all enemy lines. And this little flamethrower is not going to have any shot against the Stern Pioneer unit. That'll be an extra flag up for Tanner here. And the casualties now, I think, are mounting. We're seeing a lot of losses going down to Herr Robbert. Losing a lot of his AA. Losing a lot of his armor and armored cars. Look at these things. These Panther 3s are gods. And they're triple vetted, some of them. Seeing 2 of his own armored cars coming in. We're going to see a armored car war right here. Oh, man. Gun jammed on this SDKFC. Oh, this is crazy. Not much going on, but you can definitely see that Tanner's still a little more thinner on the line right now. Seeing a Panther D come up. And this is a big move. There is nothing. I mean, a TA can... I don't know if a TA can... You can't... I don't know. Not in medium range. You can't penetrate. It's got to get blank range if you want the shot. TA is moving up, though. Panther D is a big investment, though. 140 points. I guess he can risk it, though. There goes Tanner's, look at that. Robert's going to lose a lot of points all of a sudden. Even if he makes any gains down here. He's going to give Tanner plenty of time to come back. In fact, Tanner is ticking him. These mortars are just doing work throughout the entire game. Shooter knocked out, that's what you need. AA coming here. What's he doing with this thing? Just seeing what the AA is, I guess. Gotta be careful with that SDKFZ, though. I mean, these Falcons are pretty resilient, though. He'll get out of there. He knows he's got to be 120 mil. He's got to know there's SDKFZ. I'm guessing we're going to see another SDKFZ soon. Really smart, I think, by Tanner here. He's already lost the flag. He does not want to lose a Panther in CQC. He's keeping it back here. The TA probably won't be able to penetrate on paper. But we're starting to see a pushing counterattack in this area. We're seeing a Pack 40 coming up here as well. Really smart, another Panther 4. Smart buys. We're finally seeing some forces being deployed here. These 2 flags should, in the long term, go back to Herr Robbert, bring him back up. Also seeing Stern Pioneers coming here. Really good smoking by Tanner here, blocking off the approaches, not giving a good shot for Herr Robbert. Herr Robbert coming in for a bombing run. Was going to go for the T60, it looks like, but loses the line of sight because of his own smoke. T6, but as I said, guys, when you lose line of sight, if you have clicked on the exact unit, it heat seeks. Panther 3 going to destroy this armor car here. That's a little bad of a bad trade. Wave of more infantry coming in, more Panther 4s coming in. This forest hasn't been really secured. 88's hanging out in this area. Flag going back into Tanner's hands. Another one of these armor cars running into a Panther 3. T4, well, TA is about to run into a Panther D. And in blank range, so there is a shot, like 135 penetration. Panther D, though, is double vetted. It's 1 TA, though. I think 1 TA versus 1 Panther D. Panther D will win pretty handily. Good penetration. Fires around. Misses. Panther D fires another. Misses. Panther D backing up. Panther D gets penetrated. Panther D goes down. That's huge. Now this TA here hanging out on the side, getting hit by the 88s. Can't really follow through with it at all. And it looks like there's a Pack 40 here now. This TA is in big trouble. TA takes another shot, goes down. TA's pretty expensive, guys. 80 points. Oof. Don't want to lose two. Two of those account more than the Panther. Seeing a wave of double vetted Panther 4s coming in here. They should trade pretty well with these TAs, and they're actually cheaper. They're 75 points than the 80, which is kind of interesting. I guess the TA has more armor, but it is a fixed gun. Herr Robbert, though, holding on, but it's not looking ideal. This is pretty good. They're getting the Pack 40 in range. Or sorry, Herr Robbert's getting close enough to kill this Pack 40 with MGs. It's going to get definitely suppressed, though. And two more pentagrams coming around. And two over here as well. Pack 40 is going to... It's half suppressed. It's Panther 4, though. TA is going to come around, though, and face some... definitely face some trouble. TA 4 goes down to the Panther 4. It's coming back up. Ooh, TA engaging. Oh, wait, this... Panther 4 is engaging the TA. The TA is not engaged in the Panther 4. Bounces. Why isn't... Oh, I guess it can't get a line of sight. Pack 40, though, sees it now. Penetration from the Panther 4. Penetration from the Pack 40 goes down. TA's down. Back over here, we're seeing some good action. Flamethrower is going to get deleted by two squads here if they can work together. But this frontage looking like the tides are rolling back. One SDKFZ here and one AA gun over here. This AA gun's almost out of ammo. Seeing a GA come in here. I think it's bombing that Andrew's track. Actually a really good buy there. Now there's nothing to really worry about. The AA come in for a strafe as well. Should just pull out there now. I think shouldn't hang out. SDKFZ's right there. Nah, he's coming back around for another strafe. But I think, yeah, there we go. There we go. That's good micro. Seeing two more 60mm mortars coming out here. And I feel like our rubber has more 60mm mortars than anybody. Oh man, another T4 goes down. Oh, the 81mm mortars. Oh, sorry, 60mm mortars. There's no more reinforcing down this road anymore. Now these 88s right here. This flag will go back into Tanner's hands now, inevitably. And I think this is game right here, guys. I don't think there's any chance whatsoever anymore for Herr Robbert to come back. I think Tanner has traded really effectively. He also had a good set of the map, and he played it perfect. Herr Robbert doing his best here. Got bottlenecked in this location in the town. He should have opened up this wing of the field a little earlier. So then when a B-phase hit around, he could already have a more wide front for his forces to engage. But unfortunately, he just gets... This map is just totally unfair. Like, this is... I don't know what this is. I don't know who looks at this map and goes, oh, that is totally fair, guys. Well, why don't we put two of the players' flags down here on the very edge, and the other player's flag is way in the back on the other side of the ridge. I mean, it's not impossible, but I really think for the Maverick versus balance, it's just too unfair for the Maverick on the left frontage. And then on the if it's reverse and you're the balance and you're playing the Mav, I think it's way unfair too, because then like you have two flags here and multiple flags over here to get grabbed, and it's, I don't know, it's just not right. Yeah, like you're already fighting with a big disadvantage, I think. But Tanner played really clean there. And this flag's going to go back into his hands any second now, and there's nothing really here. The line's about to capitulate. I'm going to fast forward a little bit. You can see there's 10 minutes on the clock left. Good double speed. Now you can just see he's probing a little bit. He knows there's a pack gun here now. Mortars already on the job. These mortars have been so well. I'm really curious to see what the kills are. Already seeing Tanner here looking around, trying to scout. Flamethrowers coming here. Let's test it out. Two flamethrowers versus one. The wins. Nobody. Oh well, that'll change the tide. I think armored cars coming here now. And a wave of some infantry squads. I suspect this will be in Tanner's hands soon. I think bombers coming too. This flag's been his now. Bring up his cheap infantry, but that's not going to stop anything. There's an 88 here too. This is going to bend the whole line back. There you go. I think that is GG there. Really, really well played by both players there. That means the game is 1-1, guys. It means 1 game to Herr Robbert. First game he won. Very clean. Go check that one out. I already posted it. Game 2 goes to Tanner. And we'll see the final game, I think, tomorrow. Well, if you guys see this later, then it's already out. But this has been a great game series, so we'll have to find out who wins the actual final game. And we'll speed it up a little more, because you can kind of see what's going on now. And Panther's coming here. Like, what are you supposed to do? Panther comes out here. What AT can he use to kill it? His own armored cars. Yeah. There's nothing the man can do right now. These 88's doing work too. These guys don't even have ammo to deal with anything. Look at all those Panzergrams. These other cars just running around amok. Aircraft's getting in there. T4 is gonna die to Panzerfaust. That's game. Yeah, so let's take out the score right now. I'm really curious to see how trades were. The trades are really negative now for Herr Robbert, but prior to this. So yeah, I mean, Tanner traded really positively, but look at chronology-wise, Tanner trading really well for the first 10 minutes, not making too many mistakes, and then also trading I think he traded positively throughout the entire game. I think the bottleneck for Herr Robbert really hurt him. But yeah, congratulations to Tanner. Good playing. I wish you the best of luck, both of you, to your next matches. And guys, I'll see you guys around. Thanks for watching.